So in example 1 here, we have a real estate agent wishes to examine the relationship between the selling price of a home and its size measured in square feet. A random sample of 10 houses is selected. In part A, what we're trying to do is find the regression equations. So when we're looking at this question, what you need to know is that you need to first figure out what you're trying to predict, right? And so what we're trying to predict here is your housing price. So housing price is what you're trying to predict. Housing price is your dependent variable, right? So dependent variable. And what we're trying to do here is that in this example, what we're trying to do is we're trying to use square feet to help us predict the housing price. So X is your independent variable, and then your Y is your dependent variable. Okay, so that's the first concept that you need to know. Once we know that, then we can start going through the regression equation. So you can open up the Excel file. So we have the Excel file here opened up. And what you need to do is first you need to enable the data analysis. Okay, so you need to enable the data analysis. I show you the step here. What you need to do is you need to click on File, Options, Add in, Go, and then check off Analysis Toolpack. That's what you need to go through to enable the data analysis toolpack. So I'll show you. So you click on File, Options, Add-ins, and then you press Go at the bottom center. And then you need to check off the analysis toolpack. You make sure that this is check off. Analysis toolpack, you make sure that's check off, and then you press OK. So once you have done that, what you can do is you will see is that under the data tab, what you will see is that now you have data analysis. Okay, so once you have data analysis enabled, the next step is running the regression equation. So we're going to follow the steps here. We're going to go to data tab. We're going to click on data analysis, and then we're going to choose regressions. So we're going to go down to regressions. And then it will ask you for the Y variable and the X variable. So Y is your dependent variable, is what we want to predict. So Y, we're going to highlight data. So we're going to highlight the data from B6 to B15. And then for X is our independent variable. So we highlight the data for the square feet from C6 to C15. And then once you have done that, you press OK, and then you're pretty much done. Excel will generate this regression table for you. Okay, and the first thing that we want to use here is the coefficients. Okay, so the first thing that we want to use is the coefficient. Coefficient is the coefficient for your y-intercept and your slope, right? So we have the coefficient for the y-intercept. So intercept is just your y-intercept. And we have the coefficient for the x variable. X variable is your slope for the first x variable. Okay, so what you see here is that you have 98.25, and then you have that's your y-intercept, and then you have your slope is 0.11. Okay, so these are the two numbers that we're going to put into our regression equation. Okay, so we're going to write it out. Our equation is y equals to mx plus b. So your m is your slope, so slope is 0.11 times x plus b. B is your y-intercept, so 98.25. Okay, so your slope is your 0.11, so this is your slope, and then you have your y-intercept, which is your beta 0.